Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back here to another episode of Hip Hop News, and today we're going to be talking about how first police have arrested 3 men accused in $3 million burglary of 50 Cent office space. And then we will talk about how Lil Reese got arrested for domestic battery 2 weeks after getting shot. So now let's talk about the burglary, because apparently, police have arrested 3 guys that, apparently were involved in, burglarizing 50 Cent's office space. So this is what it says here. 50 Cent's attorney, Stephen J. Sava, has released the following statement to XXL about the update in the case. This was incorrectly reported as a break-in at Mr. Jackson's home in January. The unit involved is a leased corporate apartment for one of his businesses. Mr. Jackson resides in Houston, Texas. At the time the suspects were in the unit, police drove by but did not realize the individuals were still inside. The entire matter was caught on surveillance cameras. We expect that the police will recover and return all the stolen property. Following a 5-month investigation, 3 men have been arrested for burglary at 50 Cent's apartment that nabbed $3 million worth of cash and valuables. According to a report from local New Jersey media outlet The Daily Voice published on Friday, June 4th, Travis Villalobos, Richard Murphy, and Matthew Gale have been charged with grand theft, burglary, conspiracy to commit burglary, receiving stolen property, and criminal mischief for their alleged involvement in the January 2021 crime. Because back in January, 50 Cent, got robbed, and, right now it appears that it took them about a couple of months to find out who the suspects were. 50 Cent was in Miami on January 16, which he documented on Instagram in a photo of himself, Fat Joe, and Uncle Murda. The G-Unit reported the break-in the following day on January 17. It is unclear if the burglary occurred the day prior or on the day the rapper reported the crime. So right here, 50 Cent, posted an Instagram picture right here where he is in Miami and all that stuff. But while he was there, some people broke into his apartment unit and, stole a lot of merchandise that are likely worth to be combined $3 million or something like that. Now, the way how I see it, if you are a famous person, celebrity, or a rapper and you have the money, it is always important, to have security guarding your valuables, because you have no idea who could be robbing you. Because with security, it's going to be more impossible, to be a target of robberies, while as opposed to without security. The Cliffside Park, New Jersey apartment was being used as an office space by 50 Cent. There was an estimated loss of approximately $3 million in U.S. currency and jewelry. So this is not just merchandise, but apparently money and jewelry taken, presumably. That's what I'm assuming. Bergen County prosecutor Mark Musella said Friday, authorities report the burglars accessed the home through a garage door window and made off with valuables taken from an unlocked safe. So right here, what I'm trying to figure out is, why was the safe unlocked? If your safe has valuables in it, you got to keep it locked and, have extra security so that nobody gets access to it. Police were able to identify the alleged perpetrators after putting together clues involving a stolen car used in the getaway vehicle. Following the break-in, police located a stolen vehicle that matched the car seen in the area surveillance footage. Gale was apprehended in Bergen County, New Jersey, following a SWAT team raid on his home on May 19th. Villalobos was taken into custody in Broward County, Florida on May 24th, and Murphy was held at the Hudson County Correctional Center in Kearney. The apartment was initially believed to be one of 50 Cent's residents. The attorney stated that the location was used as an office space for one of Fifth's companies. The unit involved is leased by one of Mr. Jackson's corporate entities. The artist attorney Stephen J. Sava said Friday afternoon, Mr. Jackson resides in Houston, Texas. 50 Cent made the move to H-Town earlier this year. He is already making his presence felt in the Lone Star State. So apparently, based off of what I read here, that's as much information as I was able to get from the 50 Cent burglary case. But if you have valuables, you gotta always make sure that somebody's guarding in it, especially if you are a famous rapper or a celebrity. So now we're going to be talking about the Lil Reese situation, because he was arrested for domestic battery 2 weeks after getting shot. Lil Reese has released a statement refuting the allegations against him. I got lied on someone, Reese tells XXL, never did anybody. He claims he was a victim of false information. Lil Reese is back in the headlines after being arrested for a domestic battery charge in Chicago. He was taken into custody on May 29 at 10:25 p.m. according to police records obtained by XXL. Authorities were reportedly called to the rapper's home, reports TMZ. When they arrived, Reese's girlfriend told him the couple got into a verbal argument that turned physical. She went on to claim that Reese yanked her hair and punched her in the face, leaving visible scars on her lip. He was charged with misdemeanor domestic violence. He posted a $10,000 bond and bailed out several hours later on May 30 around 4:30 a.m. Now, if you ever see yourself getting into a verbal altercation with your boyfriend or girlfriend, it's just best to walk away from the situation and let everything cool off instead of turning to violence, because violence just makes it worse. The new arrest comes less than a month after he was grazed in the eye in a Chicago parking garage shootout following a dispute over a stolen Dodge Durango. Reese was shot along with 2 other people at the Grand Plaza parking garage near 6th West Grand Avenue. Prior to the shooting, a man reported that the Durango was stolen and tracked it down to the parking garage via a GPS device. The man told the police that he tried to detain the men in the vehicle when somebody outside the SUV started shooting at the car. The people in the vehicle returned fire but were struck by bullets. A 27-year-old man was struck multiple times in his body and transported along with Reese to Northwestern Hospital in critical condition. Despite graphic footage that surfaced from the aftermath of the incident that showed Reese bleeding and seemingly seemingly going in and out of consciousness. He was listed in fair condition. He appears to have quickly recovered from his injuries. So ladies and gentlemen, that's today's episode of Hip Hop News. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and peace.